Everyone calls upon God, but what does this God actually do for them? What did your God really do for you? From the moment you were born, you were taught to do what is right, rebuked when you failed, corrected when you fell short. Yet no one ever gave you the power to actually do the good you were commanded to do. You were told to pray to a God you had never met, asked to obey a God you had never experienced, expected to please a God who felt distant, silent, and unreachable. And so a genuine, authentic cry rises from the human heart, a heart forced into something it never truly understood. You leaned on family, you leaned on friends, you leaned on the people you loved, hoping they would understand your pain. But they could only walk with you so far. After that, disappointment followed. And when the people you can see, touch and feel fail you, what good should you expect from a God you have never seen? Still, this God expects righteousness, perfection, obedience from weak, fragile beings made of flesh and bones. So the question remains unanswered. Did this God ever give you the means to live the life He demands? Because asking the powerless to perform the impossible is not justice, it's cruelty. And if there is a kingdom of darkness actively working against humanity, pushing people to do what they hate and avoid what is good, how can any human being succeed on their own? What is the standard then? How much good is enough? Where is the line that qualifies a person for heaven? It makes no sense unless there is a God who doesn't merely command from a distance, but enters the human condition Himself. Among all ancient writings considered holy, one book stands apart, not because it flatters humanity, but because it tells the truth about our weakness and reveals a God who steps into it. The Holy Bible reveals a God who didn't stay far off, for it was fitting that He, for whom are all things and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons to glory, should make the founder of the salvation perfect through suffering. In Hebrews chapter 2 verse 10 says, this God didn't remain untouched by pain. He didn't demand what He Himself refused to endure. He came. Since therefore the children share in flesh and blood, He Himself likewise partook of the same things, that through death He might destroy the one who has power of death, that is the devil, and deliver all those who through fear of death were subject to lifelong slavery. In Hebrews chapter 2 verse 14 to 15 says, this is not a distant God. This is not a God who issues commands from heaven while remaining untouched by human pain. This is a God who took on flesh and blood, a God who entered the very condition that enslaved humanity, a God who didn't merely observe suffering, but absorbed it. He experienced rejection. He experienced betrayal. He endured injustice, suffering, and death. And because He Himself suffered, because He Himself was tempted, yet without sin, He is now able to help those who are being tempted. Not humanity in general, but every single person. Even you who are tempted, you who were abused, you who were rejected, you who carry trauma no one sees, you who are oppressed, afflicted, and exhausted in your soul. Because He put Himself in your shoes, He knows exactly what it feels like when you come to Him with your troubles. He doesn't like as a distant deity. He listens as one who has been there. No one, not even a God, can fully understand suffering without entering it. Struggle cannot be fully known without experience. Pain cannot be fully understood without bearing it. And this God did. But God didn't stop at suffering with us. He went further. He didn't merely forgive humanity, then leave us to struggle again. He gave us His Spirit, not rules written on stone, but power written into the human heart. The Holy Spirit is God dwelling within human beings, empowering what humanity could never do on its own. What the law demanded but could not produce, the Spirit now enables. Strength where there was weakness, life where there was death, freedom where there was slavery. God no longer asks you to walk alone. He walks in you. So now, be genuine with yourself. Can you show me a God anywhere in the history of mankind who checks every box? A God who became human, a God who suffered what human suffers, a God who faced temptation without sin, a God who defeated death itself, a God who doesn't merely forgive, but empowers from within. Search the records, examine the claims, lay every belief side by side, and then come to your conclusion. Not because you were told to believe, but because truth made itself known. This is why the message of Jesus Christ stands out from every other message. This is why Jesus Christ alone deserves your praise. Not because he demanded perfection from a distance, but because he stepped into human brokenness, bore its weight, defeated its enemy, and then gave his own spirit to live within you. Not religion, not performance, not fear. It's rescue, empowerment, life. This is why Jesus Christ stands alone. This is why Jesus Christ, the deliverer of humanity from sin and death, gives you life that doesn't end, so that you may be with him forever. Not for a moment, not for a season, but forever. And now he stands at the door of your life and knocks, not forcing his way in, not demanding entry, but believing you might open your heart to him, so that he can be with you forever, so that he can walk with you, so that he can carry you, so that he can wipe away your tears, not just once, but forever. Now it is your turn. This is not something to ignore, not something to postpone, not something to treat lightly. Your life matters. Your soul matters. Eternity matters. So don't play with what is precious. Don't dismiss what could change everything. Pause, be honest, and choose wisely, because this is not just a message. This is an invitation. Shalom.